Aloha and welcome to Knitted Paradise, where the needles are clicking and the yarn is squishy. This is episode 4, Monogamous Progress. My name's Lucia and I'm your hostess, and you can find me online as Pearl of the Pacific, and I'm mostly on Ravelry and Instagram. I also have a website, pearlofthepacific.info, which might be where you're watching this, or I'm on YouTube and Vimeo. I haven't gotten to iTunes yet, but I'm working on it. Had a lot of technical difficulties last week, so I'm sorry that episode took forever to get up, and I still don't think it's on YouTube. But hopefully soon. Anyway, this is episode 4, as I said, and let's get started. With On the Island, so works in progress, and as I said in the episode title, I was mostly monogamous. I worked on pretty much one thing. And I finished that one thing, so you'll see that in a bit. So what I have on the needles is my Shawl, the Gateway to Fall by Wild Prairie Knits, and it's a mystery knit along. So if you're participating in the mystery knit along and you don't want to see, I'm finished clue 4. I have not done clue 5, even though that came out on Friday. So pretty much looks like what it did last week. Not a whole lot of change. The lace is slowly growing in the purple sections. And this is out of Leading Men Fiber Arts in London Fog and Royalty. London Fog's the gray and Royalty's the purple. It's a really pretty royal purple. The colors aren't coming out as well today for some reason. But that's that. I just started clue 5, but not a whole lot of progress. The other thing that saw a tiny bit of progress was my Manic Panic Cowl, which is by Sarah Core, and it's out of Claudia Handmades. And it's a simple linen stitch cowl. You can see the striping a little bit better. It's out of Raspberry is the pink, Deep Blue is the blue, and Scout's Honor is the one that looks green in the picture. But it also it changes a little bit through time. Oh, and the cat has decided to join me again. He was on my lap earlier when I started and then moved. You positioning yourself. There you go. And he's perched there. And the rest of the stuff is, or the rest of the works in progress, as I should call them, are resting in the hammock. They did not get any progress this week, so I'm not going to show them. If you want to see pictures, you can visit my Ravelry project page. I'm very good about keeping things up to date. I usually snap pictures with my phone and then upload them, so it's pretty good. Next we have Set Sail, which was my monogamous project of the week, and these are a pair of socks. Dun dun! All done. Which is the Paw Tracks pattern by Gwen Horn, who is Crafts Meow on Ravelry, I think. Anyway, and the yarn is the Cyborg Craft Room in a Sparklet in the Soulless colorway. And it's pinks and lavender and darker purple and black. And it's got sparkles in it. And it looks like little paw tracks that you can, either cats or dogs or maybe even birds. In the picture she had cats. And these are for my company. I sell custom knit socks, if you didn't know. And these are for someone who ordered them, and she loves glitter and sparkle. And so this is my first skein of sparkle yarn that I've ever knit with. I'm not a sparkle person, so I've never knit with it before. But that's one reason I started doing the business, was that it gives me the opportunity to work with colors and yarns that I wouldn't normally work with. And I loved that base. The Cyborg Craft Room, a Sparklet base, is amazing. It was so squishy to knit with and amazing. So I highly recommend that. I bought it off Etsy. I remember I showed it last week on the podcast in the skein, or in the hank. Cake? It was caked at that point. Yeah, so it's pretty much all I knit on all week because I need to be done with those. There's a lot of people who've ordered socks that are now telling me they want them to give as Christmas gifts. So I've got to get knitting on some of those. So, oh, the other thing that's on the needle is after those socks on the island, those set sail, and then these went onto the island. That's just some wee little toes that are out of Lorna's laces in the Louisville colorway, which is yellows and golds and mustard colors, and those were another pair of ordered socks. And those are textured Gansey socks by Wendy D. Johnson from her Socks from the Toe Up book. And those are just starting. That's what they will be. I'm sorry, there's some weird noise coming from the apartment below me. I don't know what that is. This is actually the third time I've recorded because the heater keeps turning on in my apartment. And it's really loud. It's really warm, but it's really loud. And something new that I've started doing with socks, actually I started with these and now I'm doing it with this, is I wound 2 cakes instead of 1. I used to pull from the outside and the inside of the same cake, but I was constantly having to let it unwind and twirl around to untwist. So I wound 2 cakes, but I left them connected so that I don't have to worry about one being too short or too long, and then I end up with a single ball of leftover yarn instead of 2, which is what I've had before, which is why I didn't cut the yarn before. I did in the beginning when I started knitting socks. I'd measure it out, and then I decided that I'd rather have 1 ball of leftovers. But I like this. This is perfect. It provides for a lot less untangling of the yarn. So I'm going to start doing that from now on. But those I just started a couple hours ago while driving back in our new car. My husband and I bought a new car today, so that's the exciting news of the day. And I let him drive it home from the place, and so I could start those socks because I need to get knitting. But I'll get to drive the car tomorrow to work. It's a stick shift, which I'm really excited about. We both really like stick shifts, and we weren't really sure we were going to find one, but we did. So we're really excited about that. Anyway, tangent, not on topic. We did set sail on the horizon. Not a whole lot. I need to finish those gold socks, and then I have more socks. It's just like socks and socks galore. Luckily, I love knitting socks, so it's okay. That's another reason I was okay with doing this, is I love knitting socks, and so it's nice to be able to knit them for other people and do patterns and, you know, yarn bases and colors that I would normally do, because I love yellow, but that color yellow doesn't look great on me, so I don't wear it a lot. Even though I have red hair, fall colors do not look good on me. I'm definitely a summer, which is why I'm wearing mint. Again, I'm wearing a light color and kind of blend into my background. I'll have to work on that. Anyway, let's see what else we have. From the mainland. I didn't buy any new yarn this week. I will have to order some new yarn for some more custom knit socks soon, but I didn't do that yet. But I do have some yarn from my stash that I wanted to show you. This is the yarn I got for Camp Loopy this year. And this is a virtual camp that the Loopy U does, which is an online yarn store where I buy a lot of my yarn from. You comfortable, kitty? He's like all stretched out with his paws on my knitting. Here, let me see if I can tilt it down. You can see. He's pretty cute. Anyway, so there was 3 rounds. There's 3 months of the camp, and I got 1 for every round, just because I could. And then you get 1 at the end. If you complete all the 3 projects on time, you get a free skein of yarn. So I definitely got that one. So for round 1, I got the Mount K2P2. We were all in hiking groups. This was actually not my hiking group, but the one for my hiking group had a lot of pink in it, and I'm not a huge pink fan. I'll wear some of it, but not a whole lot of it, but I really liked this one. So this is Mount K2P2, which is the Loopy U Seasoning Series, which is superwash merino and nylon, and it comes with this little coordinating skein and then this big skein over here. And it total has 535 yards. And I've knit with this before, and it's amazing. So I'm really excited about that. I don't know what it's going to become yet. And then for round 2, each tree house, we were in tree houses. This is just all hypothetical. It was a group on Ravelry, and we chatted with people in our group. We each picked a photo. We voted on a photo, and then Lorna's laces dyed up a skein of yarn based on the photo. So I picked Summer Serenity, which was actually not the one from my group again, but I loved this one. The one from my group was these beautiful fall colors of these leaves in a picture, which I loved, but is not my colors, and these were definitely my colors. So it's greens and some teal and gorgeousness. Squishy. And then the prize yarn was this. This was the Shepherd Sock Base, which is 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. This is the Soulmate Base, which is merino, nylon, and Outlast, which I was really excited about because I'd never used this yarn and I was really wanting to. So this was the one I chose, which was Meadow Wildflowers. And it's purple and lavender and a couple shades of green, and I love it. So I'm really excited about that. And I was noticing as I was putting these on the couch to get ready, and my husband noticed them too, that they all go together. Like this skein matches the bottom part of this skein, and then the top part of this skein matches the top part of this skein. And then this skein is kind of the only color pop, but they all go together. So I thought maybe I'll make matching things. Not matchy things, but like things in a set. I know, whoa, dropping yarn. I know I want this to become the Collie Wobbles pattern by Emily from the Fibertown podcast, who so nicely gifted me the pattern. So thank you, Emily. Mahalo, as we say in Hawaii, for gifting me that lovely, lovely pattern. And it's perfect for variegated yarn, so I think that's what I'm going to do with this. I love this. And that was my special yarn, because I earned that yarn. I worked hard. And this was, I think, is going to become a pair of fingerless mitts, maybe with the convertible flip top, like I've been doing for some people who ordered that. And I may do the Collie Wobbles pattern like on the back of the hand or something to make them kind of match. Maybe. And I was thinking this might be a shawl since it's a lot of yards. I don't know. I haven't really figured it out yet, but maybe. We'll see. In the future. They're not hardcore plans yet. But that's that. Just because everyone likes seeing pretty yarn, right? So even though I didn't order anything new, I just wanted to show you some cool things from my stash. Let's see, so that's from the mainland. Ooh. Next, we have conch shell blows, which is the announcements. And the one announcement I have is that this coming weekend, November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, Vogue Knitting Live is coming to Chicago. Woo! And I live in Chicago, so I'm going to go. I'll be there on Saturday, which is the 2nd, and in the market, wandering around, looking at pretty yarn, probably squishing it to my face, because that's what I do. And so if you want to see me, come find me. I have bright red hair, so it's pretty hard to miss me. Yeah, come say hi. Come say hello. I don't have any pins or anything fancy, but I'll let you take a picture with me. I'll do that. Whoa! Cat's moving. And yeah, I think that's the only announcement I have. I'm going to keep it short this week, so hopefully I don't have as many problems uploading it like I did last week. So thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next week in paradise. Bye!